Well, happy New Year, everybody, and welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. I'm here to tell you, right to your face as you sit on your porcelain throne watching my video, that Palantir stock is the modern .com bubble stock. Why, you may ask? Well, let me show you. So if you've been hanging out on YouTube and you've been watching the stock market because you want to make a fortune, you want to get rich quick, you've probably encountered Palantir stock. Everybody and their mother is talking about it, and the stock has had fantastic returns over the last year and a half. This was after it collapsed back in the clown market in 2022, but since then, the price of the company has massively appreciated. And now the retail fervor, the retail interest in this stock is astronomical. It's probably the most popular retail stock out there besides Tesla. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one sign of many that this stock very closely resembles a lot of companies during the dot-com bubble. Now, in the late 90s and early 2000s, the internet was going to change the world. The internet was going to revolutionize how we did business. And guess what? It's correct. They were 100% right. I'm talking to you on YouTube, connected to the World Wide Web. But that doesn't always translate into stock price returns, into positive total returns. What that does when you have euphoric moments like that, or when you have euphoric eras like back in the dot-com bubble, is a lot of people get sucked into the stock market because stocks are going up. Everybody's making money. You've got fear of missing out. You don't want to be the one brokey in your neighborhood that missed out on the stocks of the future. We've all got FOMO to some extent. I have almost none, but people do get FOMO, and it's a natural human instinct. I mean, why would you want to be poor and everybody else is rich? It's not fair, bro. So that leads to a herd mentality where retail investors in particular start to chase returns. They start to invest in things that have rapidly appreciated recently that everybody is talking about. Palantir, just like a lot of the internet stocks back in the dot-com bubble, resembles basically everything back then. The only exception is that Palantir has been posting some recent profitability. But just because you're profitable doesn't mean that your stock is a good buy. Profitability is not an automatic indicator that a company is a good investment and that it could potentially be in a bubble. Palantir is a massive bubble that will pop. And when it does, most retail investors will lose their butts. Now, the grifters tell you, I bought the bottom. I'm a genius. Bull crap. They don't show you their portfolios. They buy stuff that goes up a lot and they sell stuff when it dips. I guarantee you 99% of grifters did not buy the bottom of Palantir. But I bet you they're averaging up now. And in the long run, that's going to clap their cheeks. So let's look at this chart right here of Microsoft. Have you ever heard of Microsoft? It's one of the largest companies in the world. Now, this chart spans from 1997 to, it looks like what, 2016, 2020? What do you notice on the left? You see a massive appreciation in the stock price during the dot-com bubble. It was a bubble. And then you notice that the bubble popped in around 1999, 2000, something like that. And then the price dropped and it did not recover from 1999, I was 10 years old, till 2016 when I was 27 years old, 26, 27 years old. So for over 2 decades, almost 2 decades, you would have lost money on the stock had you bought it close to the peak. You would not break even for over 15, 16, 17 years. That's kind of a problem, okay? The price appreciated massively because of euphoria about the internet. What is the euphoria about Palantir? AI. AI, my hot guy. Now, Palantir in 20 years may be $1 trillion company. Who freaking knows? It's entirely possible. But your behavior as a retail investor is not conducive to actually getting those returns because you chase performance, you buy stuff that goes up a lot, and you sell when it drops. Basically, everybody does that, and it's hard to do. It's hard to hold something when it's down. Most people bought into Microsoft as it ran up in 1999, and then they sold out of it. Guaranteed. Even though if you had dollar cost average, you would have made a fortune. Okay, and this is assuming Palantir actually does recover at some point in the future. So we can see the example with Microsoft. We can see the example with Cisco. Look at that obliteration back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Genius is going up. Buy my course. I'm a genius. Give me your money. Sign up for my Patreon, bro. Stock collapses. You don't think that's going to happen to Palantir. I'm here to tell you that you're wrong. During bubbles, every clown looks like a genius. And when the bubble pops, you get annihilated. But the grifters adapt. They're very sneaky. You know, they're like, oh, well, your dollar cost average. They always have a way to make it seem like they made a ton of money on the stock when they literally got lucky and bought in right before a euphoric run during a bubble. And Palantir, 110%, is a bubble. Now, the past doesn't guarantee the future, but it does rhyme. It does rhyme. And when you see massive valuation expansion, there's probably a little bit of euphoria baked in. There's probably a little bit of excess lofty expectations. And when retail is all in, that is a red flag that something nasty is coming. So we saw Microsoft, we saw Cisco. The bubble burst, the S&P 500 collapsed. I mean, it's recovered since then. But most people lost a ton of money. Now, here's a very easy indicator that Palantir is a bubble, number one. And number two, just because your stock went up doesn't mean you're a genius. So we already saw Cisco. It went up massively. Cisco went up a lot. Okay, went up a lot. Genius. You're so smart. You bought the bottom of Cisco. Wow, you're so smart. Then the stock collapses. Are you still smart? I don't think so. I think you just got lucky, personally. Because you could buy any crap co and it could vertical line. You could buy any crypto and it could vertical line. Doesn't mean you made a good investment. The price just went up. So back in the dot-com bubble, we see all these different companies here. Juniper Networks, never heard of it, achieved a price to sales of $248. So Juniper was trading at a valuation where people were paying $248 for $1 of trailing revenue, the top of the income statement. But if there were grifters on YouTube back then, I don't know if YouTube was around back then, but if we had YouTube Finance back then, the grifters would be in Juniper Networks. They would be in NetApp, which is actually roughly where Palantir's price to sales is, Cisco, Intel, Corning. And if you look, when the bubble popped around March 2000, the price still hasn't recovered as of November 2023. You're not going to hold the company when it drops for 23 years. You're not going to do it. One thing you can hold is an index. You can hold that. That's a lot easier to hold than an individual stock when it drops. But you can see these lofty price to sales valuations. And you would have thought you were a genius and you would have been piling in because the stocks went up a lot and you would have been absolutely annihilated. You can see how long. These are the number of years it took for each one of these stocks to return to the high that they achieved during the dot-com bubble. Okay? Now, if we go look at Palantir, so the market cap has absolutely exploded. Absolutely exploded. And they have recovered their revenue growth, which is good, and they're achieving profitability. That's great. But that doesn't mean that the company is a good value if you're an individual stock picker. Look at the price to sales multiple expansion. Palantir is trading at the point where you're paying $63 for $1 of trailing revenue at the top of the income statement before any expenses. Would you pay $63 for $1 of trailing revenue? Well, you can, and the stock can continue to go up. This thing could go to 150, 200, 250. It could. I don't dispute that. It could go anywhere. But guess what? The bubbles always pop because euphoria always leads to financial destruction. You don't have an edge on the market, especially when it comes to Palantir. You're part of the herd. You're the sheep piling into this company, thinking you're a freaking genius. And you are listening to some of the biggest clowns, gamblers, and frauds out there. So I 100% stand by that Palantir is a bubble. I was right back then, and I'm right this time. Because I don't have that euphoria FOMO vertical line addiction. You got to break the addiction to vertical lines. You got to read some history. Vertical lines do not mean investment success. Vertical lines usually mean bubble that will pop. Usually. Not saying it always happens, but it's very likely. Because investing is more than just buying stuff that goes up a lot. You will learn that the hard way one day. Now, if you look at companies with comparable margins, I mean, I don't really know exactly what to compare freaking Palantir to, but even Microsoft, one of the most popular, largest market cap companies in the world, is trading at like a 12 price to sales. Hyper profitable, dominant, basically a freaking monopoly on software. Okay? And Xbox Pro. 12. Find a company that's trading at a 62 price to sales. Look at the average price to sales of semiconductors. 8, 10. Software, infrastructure, 9. These are average price to sales multiples. Palantir's at 62. There might be a little bit of risk there. So me personally, I'm seeing a lot of signs that we're in a bubble. I could be wrong. I'm not changing. I want to reiterate this. I'm not changing my investment plan. I never do. I DCA into a total world index, tax advantage accounts. A little bit of money for speculation if I want to have fun. But that's my strategy, and I stick to it. Okay? You don't really have a strategy except you're buying stuff that goes up a lot, and you're getting an inflated sense of ego that you're a good investor, that you can actually outsmart the market in the long run because you bought a stock. And then we had AI hype, and boom, the stock goes up to a 62 price to sales. Go read about the dot-com bubble. I'm not saying this is guaranteed because past performance doesn't always indicate future results, but it's highly likely. Okay? So what do y'all think? You think I'm wrong, bro? You think I'm screwing people over? Anyway, book a free tax consultation. I'm a certified public accountant. If you want your business or personal taxes done by a CPA with over 7 years of accounting experience, you're looking at him right now. You can book a free consultation with me. I'll talk to you for free. I'll go over your tax situation. I'll give you an upfront quote during the meeting, and I'll prepare your business or personal taxes any state in the United States. And I'm probably cheaper than your CPA because I don't have any expenses. This is my office, and I have no employees. I am the employee of my business. And when I'm an S corporation, I will pay myself a salary, but we're not there yet. Happy New Year, strong man. No volume. We have volume. Stop that. Test. Yeah, we have volume. Dork. Strong man. When will you start an OF? Any day now. How were your book sales last year? Let's see. How many books should I sell? US books, bro. Let's see. Prior month's royalties. I don't know how to pull the annual report up. Current month, previous month. I mean, I probably made like $100, $150 off of book sales. Nothing crazy, but I mean, I wrote the book 3 years ago and it's still paying me. So the total I've made on the book has been $1 trillion because I can just lie like everybody else on the internet. Let's see. Okay, last year I made $141 from my book. And then total I've made $1,089 from my book. Stop being a broke loser. What is your point? LO, if you bought Microsoft at the top, you still would have outperformed garbage VT. Are you special? Do you have ears? What's your IQ? I want to know. It's definitely in the double digits, possibly even in the single digits. You don't understand, bucko. Please buy Palantir. Please buy every stock that has gone up a lot. Data analytics, bro. They make money, is going to continue to increase their revenue. It's definitely overvalued. People are pricing in future growth. Yeah, that's what the market does. It prices in the future. But sometimes we hit euphoria. But no, guys, Palantir is perfectly rationally trading right now. I think Amit Kukrija, Tom Nash, and all the other clowns, they have an edge on the market. They are going to make a fortune, and you will make a fortune if you listen to them, okay? Because they were right about Palantir. We went into an AI hype cycle. The multiple expanded astronomically. Therefore, they're good investors. If you don't understand what's wrong with that statement, you're lost. No. Please look at Rocket Lab. Maybe I will later. I would say Bitcoin has a bubble. Bitcoin is inherently a bubble. It is inherently a bubble. Palantir lives rent-free in your... No, it doesn't. See, like, there's whole channels dedicated to just talking about Palantir. I talk about it like every once in a while. It doesn't live rent-free in my head. I don't care. I didn't lose money with Palantir. I didn't short it. I just didn't buy it as an individual stock. How did I lose? I didn't. What are you not understanding? Let's see. Sam Hyde gave a long speech about the scam economy and how Palantir AI companies are fake productivity. We'll see, boys. We will see. See, I got all the time in the world, baby. I'm 35 years old. I got 30 years to be proven right. Meanwhile, you guys just show year-to-date performance. I've been in Palantir for years, done so much. It's funny that 2 minutes of oh, you got to do more research. That's the argument. You're basically not smart if you don't do the research. Like what? Obsessively going through all their contracts? Dedicating your entire life to a stock that's in a bubble? Watching Amit Kukrija? Seriously? Come on. I'm sure you did. I'm sure there were. Okay? But you can look at every hype cycle through history. Most people buy in when the stock has run up. And when retail's piling in, that's the real indicator that something is very wrong. Go look at ARK. Remember ARK? I got made fun of because I said ARK was garbage. Mocked, made fun of. You don't understand growth, bro. It's the future, bro. It collapsed. I've talked about dozens of companies that have all collapsed. I was 100% right about all of them. It just took time. And I have all the time in the world. And I will be proven right. I will. And once again, when I'm right, I never get credit for it. Ari, anything up? That's not true. Yeah, anything that goes up in price is automatically a bubble. That's my philosophy. Not the 62 price to sales and the AI euphoria and the massive retail interest. No, it's just because it went up. That's why. If any stock goes up 1 cent, it's a bubble. That's my philosophy. Let's see. I'm not going to tell you what to do, buddy. That's your decision. Oh, here we go. Don't bet against Elon. Don't bet against this guy or that guy. Don't bet against America. So therefore, put all your money in it. Grifter, stock pumper. If you're not a boglehead, are you automatically wrong man finance? I mean, in general. Let's see. Look, you think I need to know every detail of Palantir? I don't. I don't need to know that much about anything. It doesn't matter. You think most people know what Palantir does? Seriously? I've heard these arguments before, people. I've been there 2 years ago. Same situation. And oh boy, was I right. Rename yourself if it's not VT, it's a bubble. Well, VT went up, so it's a bubble. Nothing can outperform VT. In the long run, no, that's not true. That's not my philosophy. Something will, of course, outperform VT. Of course, something is going to outperform VT. Duh. It's the global index. That's not the point. Will you outperform VT? No, you will not. Over an investing lifetime, you will chase performance. You'll buy stuff that goes up a lot. You'll sell stuff that goes down a lot. You'll incur massive taxes. You'll try to invest in markets that have went up a lot. U.S. stocks, bro. And over your lifetime, you will underperform the global index. I 100% guarantee it. Maybe 2 of you will beat the index. Most of you will not. The name is cool. You know, it's from Lord of the Rings. Well, I'm not saying the company is bad. Like, at least they've got profitability now. They're cash flow positive. They have a very solid balance sheet. I mean, it's not like total clown like AMC, for example. But you can still be massively overvalued and be in a bubble with profitability. I'm not saying the company itself is just total trash. The valuation is 100% in bubble territory. Easily. Go read about the dot-com bubble. Go read a book, people. You started investing in 2020. You have no idea what you're doing. Let's see. I know I'm funny. What individual stock do you hate the most? Tesla. What stock do I hate the most? Oh, that's a tough one. Probably Tesla. Yeah. No, you know what? MicroStrategy. Mario. Mike, I hate MicroStrategy. I really hate it. Okay. I'm the contrarian indicator. Just like I was back in 2021, 2022. Remember that, guys? How soon you forget? How soon you forget? I get proven right. I get 0 credit. You guys lost your shirts in 2022. I lost nothing. Nothing. Let's see. Tattooed Chef. You started in 2012 and you have negative real returns. I do. Let me show you guys something real quick, okay? Let me show you what actual returns look like. Let's see. Total return investment comparison. Okay, so you're going to laugh at these returns, right? It's going to be so funny. It's going to be so funny. You're going to laugh your little butts off. Ha, 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 ha. Let's see. So we're going to put VT in here. So let's say we're going to look at nominal returns and we're going to look at real returns. Because apparently, I can literally show you the data and it doesn't matter because you can just lie. I mean, go look at Echoes, bro. Just lie, bro. 2024, 12/31. Let's see. Okay, so I actually got these returns. Total, real. Well, this is nominal. Then we'll look at real. I actually got these returns. Your returns are 100% one year, negative 80% the next year. You don't really know your total returns. And I hazard a guess that you don't have real returns. I'm just going to put that out there, okay? So if you had bought, here's the VT. So I put VT next to the US dollar. So I said nominal dollars, dividends reinvested, which I've been doing, from January 1st, 2012 to the end of last year, okay, which is yesterday. Now, obviously, I've been dollar cost averaging the whole time. So, like, this isn't my total return. Look at VT. Overall total nominal return of 263.96%. You actually, am I sharing? Let me make sure I'm sharing. You actually get that on the current, assuming that returns do that in the future. Okay? 10.44%. That is a fantastic return over 12 years. I don't know if that's going to continue in the future. I would actually doubt that. But to say that I didn't get real returns is laughable. You're just a clown. Okay? $10,000 back then would now be $36,395. for doing nothing, for globally diversifying. You get those returns. But once again, I know how it works. You just go year by year, you ignore your bad years, and you show your good year. So this is the real total return of VT. So I put it in real dollars. 159% real returns. I thought I didn't get real returns, bruh. I thought they wasn't real, bruh. 7.62% real returns. If you get those returns over your lifetime, even less, and you max your 401k, IRA, never time the market, which is hard to do. It's very hard. Guess what? You're going to be just fine. But you should buy Palantir, bro. I didn't get real returns, bro. Pull up another. Which one does VT beat or keep pace with? I don't even know what to say anymore, people. Oh, yeah, VT does have a dividend. Really? I mean, true, it's paper returns, but I am the partial owner of every company in the world and all their future cash flows, so I think I'm going to be fine. You hate Palantir because you missed out on cheaper buys. Palantir's a generational lead, but quintessential CEO. You have absolutely no credit. What? Okay, I missed out on MicroStrategy. I missed out on Bitcoin. You would be saying that I missed out on Cisco in 1999. You would be that guy. And then you know what you would do in 20 or 2000? You would just vanish. You wouldn't say anything. You would just go away. You mock me during clown markets, and when the prices collapse, you disappear like the little bussies that you are. I'm a man. I stick to my guns, boy! Let's see. If it wasn't for you, really? Is that how global investing works? Sure. Don't send me I can look at your gains in portfolio. I'm not going to give you buy sell recommendations, and don't send me brokerage statements. I don't want to see your account numbers. But yeah, you can send me an Excel sheet. Oh, here's my portfolio. What do you think about it, bro? And yeah, I'll make fun of you. Keep comparing today like you would have said the internet wouldn't. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said that. You guys just don't get it, man. I agree. I think we're in a bubble. I'm serious. Don't you own? I mean, I have a total world index. I've owned it for a while. Okay, I don't care. I mean, if Palantir does become $1 trillion company, okay, it's going to be the top holdings of VT. I can't lose. I don't understand. Yeah, Bitcoin's undervalued, bro. All right, that's it. Making fun of Palantir. It's probably the last video today, but unless I find something else to talk about. But book a free tax consultation. I'm a certified public accountant. Let me do your 2024 taxes, business or personal. Free consultation. Click that link on the first page of the PowerPoint. You can book a free consultation. I'll talk to you for free, go over your taxes, give you an upfront quote. Either you agree or you don't. And then I do your taxes. Or you can go to TurboTax or Liberty or whatever it's freaking called, which are freaking garbage. Some freaking scrub doing your taxes. Yeah, it's easy, bro. Sure. All right, talk to you later. Cheers.